This content is brought to you by Dental Associates. For more than 39 years, Dr. Stephen Price has been practicing dentistry in Northern Virginia. A member of the American Dental Association, the Northern Virginia Dental Society, and the Virginia Dental Society, Price is considered an expert in Invisalign and continues to be an award-winning innovator in the industry.
Hey everybody, Nick Yor here to bring you a playoff preview as we are focusing this time on the VHSL Virginia 5A state classification. Region C, as this is the one region we focus on here in Northern Virginia heavily. And of course, we have not a lot of 5A teams in Northern Virginia left. A lot of teams moved up to 6A last year, so that's why we have the 2 byes and only 6 teams in this region instead of the normal 8 that you're customary to see in VHSL play. So just the 6 teams right here, and the first 2 teams have byes. That's how that's a little bit of a difference right there. You don't see that quite often in high school football, where a first round bye playoff matchup with Stonebridge, number 1 team at 9-1, obviously very deserving of this first overall seed. And you see right there their star Jared Cole, one of the best players in the region, running, catching, receiving wise, is going to UMass. So that's they'll have coming off a tough loss versus Broad Run last week, but and you see there Stonebridge quarterback Billy Wiles, a good thrower of the ball as well. They get a bye, so they get to work out some kinks and really get back to it next week. And then next we have Woodgrove, the number 2 seed, coming in at 6-4. Woodgrove was actually the 4A Virginia State champions last year. They won the state, and now they moved up to the 5A level. Good for them, Woodgrove Wolverines. They look to make some noise coming into the playoffs as the number 2 seed at 6-4. Stonebridge, of course, lost in the 5A state championship last year to Highland Springs, who's also 10-0 this year, so a possible rematch could be looming for the Bulldogs. But number 3 is the 3 seed in this one, and kind of the dark horse, in my opinion, is the Briarwoods Falcons, coming in at 5-5. Seen them play some really good football this year, and seen them play some really struggled to play good football this year as well, depending on who they're facing. But they do have a good dual threat quarterback right there, Christian Green for Briarwoods, just a junior, could really run, throw, and do it all. You see he finds his man Marcus Carino for the receiving touchdown. Watch for them to maybe be a dark horse and get some upsets, maybe get all the way to that region championship and set up a possible rematch with Stonebridge. Those Ashburn teams really know each other well, so it could be a fun game. Moving on to number 4, we got the Riverside Rams, who just moved up into the 5A level from 4A, so good for them making the playoffs their first year at the 5A level. They have a really good, strong quarterback and running back combination for the Riverside Rams, and quarterback A.J. Darr, running back Alessandro Perlo. They really like to run the ball, and actually have had some really tough games versus Briarwoods and some of these other teams in this region so far this season. And then number 5, another dark horse team, is Potomac Falls at 4-6, but they do have a very good player, good receiver, good defensive back, and that's Jalen Coker right here, making this nice sideline catch against Stonebridge earlier this season. He's going to Holy Cross, can really do it all, return game, running, defending, receiving yards. So really a good matchup for him right there, and a good team. Potomac Falls taking on Riverside should be a good 4-5 matchup. And then of course Robert E. Lee, not a lot of 6A team or 5A teams left in Northern Region. Robert E. Lee is one of them, so they do get into the playoffs with yet a 1-9 record. But I would not expect the Lee Lancers to be making too much noise in this playoffs. It would be quite a run if they did. But I would look for Stonebridge, possible Briarwoods final matchup, maybe Woodgrove, they can keep it going. But Potomac Falls Riverside, I think, is that first great game to watch. You're going to want to see that one between those 2 teams. A lot of athletes on the field, and a lot of aspirations for 2 teams coming into the year who want to make a statement in the playoffs. This is Stonebridge's region to lose, but we'll see how they do. Obviously, no Broad Run in the 5A region this year, so could be good news for the Bulldogs. They look to take home, look to get back to the state championship this year before we end up with another state championship loss for the Bulldogs. Have had quite a few when they look to get over that hump. Hopefully they do it this year. And that'll do it for our Virginia 5A playoff preview. Make sure to tune in at DMVSTREAM.com for other region, states, and stuff like that.
At DMVSTREAM.com, we use state-of-the-art live streaming and video production tools to create an unparalleled viewing experience from local sporting events. Whether we're using our 12-foot HD broadcast production truck or employing one of our state-of-the-art fly pack kits, our broadcasts always include multiple camera angles, instant replay, live scoring, graphics, and a complete broadcast crew working together to showcase the DMV's finest. Contact us today to learn more about our services and streaming packages. Visit us on the web at DMVSTREAM.COM.